Now then, Vaperinos.
Hi, I'm Brian.
He's Brian, and I'm FutureVapers, and welcome back. Today, we're having a look at the GS tank from eLeaf. Yeah, the GS tank. I think it's a tank that eLeaf have released alongside the e-cig temperature control in order for you to use it with the e-cig temperature control, and they do work quite well together. It's more of a mouth to lung style tank, I find, although if you open the air fully you can get a lung hit from it. But it's definitely not a cloud chasing tank. And it comes with different options. On the website I bought it from, it came with different options. You can get it with either two 0.15 ohm nickel coil heads, or you can have it with one 0.15 nickel and a 1.5 ohm Kanthal coil head. So the 1.5 ohm Kanthal coil head is obviously for mouth to lung vaping as well. And paired together with the eLeaf T's temperature control 40 watt, which I'll be reviewing tomorrow, they do work together very well, very well. I've been using it for the past week, not 2 weeks, and yeah, they work fine. You know, for mouth to lung vaping, I have it about 470 degrees and works fine. If I put it on the SX Mini, I have it at a much lower temperature. I find that with all temperature control devices though, you have to have them at, in fact we'll try it on the DNA, VR DNA, because I know on the SX Mini, for the same vape that I get at around about 500 Fahrenheit on the eLeaf, I have to have the e-cig at about 410. So I've not actually tried it on the VaporShark RDNA, but I suspect from knowing the devices that it'll be somewhere in between. But let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's set at 540. No, I have to have it a bit higher in fact. I had the watts down at 15, so maybe that was why. I'll put the watts up to 40 to match. Yeah. Yeah, and you see there it's a little hot for my tastes. So I'll take it back down to 450. And that's bang on, yeah. Yeah, a great mouth to lung vape. I think this is the first tank I've come across that with a stock temperature control coil that's in a tank that's designed for mouth to lung. Most of them are all sub-ohm tanks that have a nickel coil for temperature control sub-ohming. This is the first one, I think, for mouth to lung temperature control, and it does it quite well. Yeah, it's a nice vape. It's a nice vape. Okay, we'll pop down to the table, have a little unboxing, see what you get in the box, take the pieces, I'll show you some close-ups, and then we'll pop back up and I'll give you a few final thoughts. Right, and here we have the GS Atomizer tank by eLeaf. The scratch and sniff authenticity. When it says there 2 temperature control heads, you can get it with one Kanthal 1.5 and a temperature control, which is what I did. And inside you get an extensive manual. That's the manual, and that is the 1.5 ohm Kanthal coil, recommended for 8 to 20 watts for mouth to lung vaping. You can see the coil in there. And the tank, if it comes used like that, make sure you send it back. One thing I've noticed about this tank is that this part here that holds the coil, e-juice gets stuck in the sides there, and it's very difficult to get it out. The only way you can get it out is by flushing it with water and really vigorously shaking it until you get the last vestiges out, because it really likes to stick there where that is close to the side of the tank. But there's the tank, non-adjustable 510, just standard. Focus. Oh, there's the drip tip, you can see that. If I put that down, I'll probably be able to focus in more. There you see, there you go. And it's plastic or Delrin at the bottom with a thin aluminium or metal cover over, and plastic inside. This does get quite hot when running it at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Better find something to put this juice in. You fill it from the bottom, you take the bottom off and put the juice down there, either side of there. Yeah, quite a simple design. The bottom screws on here, so it isn't the coil what's screwing on like on the Atlantis or anything like that. The coil just sits there in the chimney section, and the base. GS tank, eLeaf, and the coil. Oops, which has a blue button to indicate temperature control, and it says on it Ni 0.15 ohms nickel, and other than that it's exactly the same. It appears to be a vertical coil in this one because I can see straight through it. Possibly they had trouble getting a coil vertical, sorry, horizontal, because of the size, so they chose to sit it vertically because it was actually too wide to put it across there. Or they found that it vaped better, but either way it's vaped fine, I found, certainly for a £15 tank. And there we have it, the eLeaf GS tank, temperature control, mouth to lung. Okay, let's pop back up to scene 1 and have some final thoughts. As you see, it's quite simple, just little simple nice little tank, but holds 3.5 millilitres of e-juice, and it does the job. The 1.5 ohm coil gives a nice mouth to lung vape as well. Here I have it on the SX Mini at 40 joules at 450 is a bit high. I shall change that. Okay, 405, yeah. You see, that's the thing with temperature control. Whatever device you put it on, to get the same vape on the same tank, you have to set it at a different temperature. Excuse me. So which device is giving, the right one? They can't all be right, because they feel the same. So you set the iStick at 500, the RDNA at 450, the SX Mini at 405, and they all give what feels to me the exactly same vape. If I set this to 500, the same as it would burn my lips off. So they can't all be right, I suppose that's because it's what Phil Basardo says, it's temperature guessing. But on the SX Mini at 405, gives a nice vape. I probably do need to up that a bit now. Would go and make a liar out of me, wouldn't it? Fucking thing. 420. still not quite as warm. So yeah, it's determined to make a lion out of me. Let's put it at 450, the same as the RDNA. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's just made a lion of me. It's actually about the same, actually. 450 on the RDNA, 450 on the SX Mini. Let me try it at 450 on the eLeaf. I've done these all at 40 watts, 40 joules and 40 watts. So 450 on the SX at the eLeaf. Yeah, that's, you need to turn this up a bit more. That 480. Yeah, that gives the same vape, but they're all close. They're all close. And at the end of the day, you know, that's the device's problem, not the tank. You know, if the device is pushing out a different temperature than what it says, that's not the tank's fault. You know, the tank's performing fine. The tank's performing fine. One thing, it does get a little hot to the touch. Not overly hot that you can't touch it, but it does get a little warm. And when it's on the iStick, the warmth kind of resonates to the top part of the iStick there, and that starts to feel warm, but not alarmingly so. And it's never set off the heat protection which it has. But yeah, for what I paid for it, I paid £14.95 including shipping for a temperature control coil. With I got it with one, well, as you've seen, I got it with one nickel coil and one standard Kanthal coil, and I think it's a steal at that price. You get a lovely mouth to lung vape for all you, all those ex-smokers who prefer to get that cigarette style inhale and throat hit. Or for all you cloud chasers out there, you can get a direct lung if you open it fully. It's not going to blow velocity style clouds, but you can get a direct lung inhale from it. But I've been impressed for, you know, a £15 little tank, temperature control tank. I'd have to give it a thumbs up. And it partners up with the iStick temperature control 40 watt perfectly. I'll be reviewing that for you tomorrow, so you can see them both together, how they perform in tandem. But yeah, in the meantime, I'd have to give the tank on its own a definite thumbs up, guys. A definite thumbs up. As I say, I've got the iStick review coming up tomorrow. I've also got the iStick 100 watt review coming up in the next few days. I have the e-cig temperature control 150 watt mod to review for you shortly, and the X-Cube 2 temperature control 160 watt mod. So I think we might have to get them all together and do like a temperature control fest or something like that. And we've got plenty of juice reviews to do in the meantime, so if you wouldn't mind clicking the subscribe button while you're here, it would be appreciated. And whatever you do, keep on vaping, guys. Thanks for joining me. This has been FutureVapers.
Bye, small person.